You have to use your energies wisely. You will develop so much of personal power within yourself. You walk like a king because the power within you makes you walk like that. How far a human being goes in this life, materially, spiritually, or in whatever dimension, essentially depends on with how much energy he can crackle. Yes. There's a whole lot of people with lots of energy, but there is no wisdom or the necessary systems within themselves to transform this energy into a kind of a personal power. Power is not about somebody else, power is about you. How much of a potential power you are determines the intensity and profoundness of your life and how effective you will become in your life, in whatever area we choose to operate. If this power has to come, you have to use your energies wisely. Energy can be aggregated into power with the necessary wisdom and necessary tools that we employ. Otherwise, energy can be dissipated simply with endless amount of thought, endless amount of reactions and anxieties. I want you to observe your day-to-day life, a simple thing. Just let's say, how many words do you utter in a day? You never counted? Oh, you should. You should. Just make an estimate tomorrow, from morning to night, how many words you utter. Day after tomorrow, cut it by 50% and say the same things. You're not cutting off communication with people. You're still communicating, but with 50% of the words. Your language skills will improve for sure. And you will see, you will develop so much of personal power within yourself. See, there is scientific evidence to show at least 20% of your energy right now, as you sit here in a restful state, is being consumed by your brain. If you bring this down, that your brain is not unnecessarily fluctuating and, hopping mad all the time. If it learns to be still and do only what's needed, an enormous sense of personal power will develop. You can't do this with your mind right now. If you try to stop it, it'll hop even more crazy. At least do it with your body. Your words and your physical movements, reduce it by 50%. If you want to look at this, look at this. If you want to look at that, look at that. Don't do this. With your body and your utterances, if you do this, slowly it will also start manifesting in your mind. It will not do unnecessary things. When you don't know unnecessary things, the energy that you have slowly transforms itself into potential power. So in developing this, the asanas that you practice, the Surya Namaskar that you do, if you're doing, or whatever other kriyas and other things that you do, is essentially to develop this power. This should not be dissipated in unnecessary action. Right now you cannot curtail the number of thoughts you're having in your mind. That also can be, if you just bring in a reverberation within you, a simple mantra. If this is going away crazy, simply chant for some time, create a certain reverberation. You will see it will generate enormous amount of personal power. Without this power within you, you will not break through dimensions of life. life right now, for most people, divine is just a scriptural dictum. It is not a living experience in their life. If it has to become a living experience, if something as powerful as the Creator has to come into your experience, there must be some sense of power within you. This must be always understood. Power is not about domination. Power is about becoming effective. Power is about becoming empowered. Only when you carry the potency of this power within you, you walk through this life. It doesn't matter where you're placed in the society. It doesn't matter financially where you are, materially where you are. You walk like a king because the power within you makes you walk like that.
Today, I'm gonna share with you certain signs through which you can know that the awakening process has started within you. The sign number 1. If the awakening process has started within you, then you don't mind what happens now. You don't resist what happens now. Slowly and gradually, acceptance and surrender are becoming your natural state. You are now realizing their importance in your life more and more. With each passing day, the acceptance and surrender practice is becoming stronger and stronger in your life. Though the reaction may come initially when something goes wrong in your life, the resistance may come to what happens in the present moment. But now, you are able to recognize that reaction within yourself. Now you are able to recognize that resistance within yourself. And this recognition of reaction, this recognition of resistance is the sign that the witnessing consciousness has awakened within you. It is the sign that the separation has started between the false and fictitious mind-made egoic self and the witnessing consciousness that you are. And because of this separation, you are able to offer graceful response to whatever happens in your life. Sign number 2. You don't take your thoughts seriously anymore. You don't identify with them anymore. They happen, you allow them to be, and they disappear. Though it may not be happening on a regular basis, but it's the case most of the time, which is clearly an indication that you are awakening from the dream of thought identification. Earlier, when any negative thought would come in your mind, you would immediately get disturbed. But now, you recognize it as just a thought. And so you are able to keep your calm by remaining as the witnessing consciousness. Sign number 3. The past doesn't control your behavior anymore. How you behave in the present moment now is no longer determined by what happened in the past with you. You now don't hold any grievances, any resentments against anyone anymore. You are now able to recognize the fact that everyone without exception commits mistake, and it's completely futile to hold any grudge against anyone. Because now you know that if you do so, if you hold any grudges or grievances or resentments, it will just hamper your spiritual progress. So for you now, the past is no more than a memory. You no longer identify with it. For you now, the present moment is what that matters and nothing else. Sign number 4. Now you have become more compassionate than you were earlier. The tendency to help others without wanting anything in return is becoming stronger and stronger within you with each passing day. You are now able to feel for others more. You now genuinely care for others more. The feeling of oneness of all beings is becoming stronger within you. And because of this, others' happiness is becoming more important for you than your own. Others' need is becoming more important for you than your own. Sign number 5. The peace and joy that you feel for no reason. Yes, it is the peace that you feel at times for no reason at all. It is the indication, clear indication that you are awakening. The awakening process has started within you, and some people feel it all the time. You feel that peace for no reason. You experience subtle joy, subtle happiness within yourself for no reason at all. This happens because you are the blissful consciousness. You are the peaceful consciousness. Peace and bliss are the very stuff you are made of. Peace is your natural state. Bliss is your natural state. Earlier, before this awakening process had started within you, you were completely dominated by the mind, by the egoic self. And this is the reason why you would not feel, why you wouldn't experience your own joy, your own peace. The cloud of egoic self had covered your blissful nature. The cloud of thoughts and emotions had covered your peaceful nature. But now, after the gradual awakening, the egoic mind is losing its hold on you. And so, now you are able to get in touch with your peaceful nature. And this is the reason why you experience peace within yourself for no reason.